Practice today, coming out here after the scrimmage yesterday, just about an hour and a half work through for the players. Just trying to come out and get some things polished up from yesterday's scrimmage, but came out here. They're in good spirits right now. I think they're excited. School's about to start tomorrow. Getting into game week a little bit more, kind of getting into the normal routine. Phase 4 is over and phase 5 is begun, which is the final and last phase as we get into all this stuff with the season. So I think they're really excited right now. The camp's over. I think they're excited to get on campus and obviously to go to class.
Skip, after getting a chance to watch the film, anything catch your eye that might not have been there?
Things are never probably as good as they seem. Things are probably never as bad as they seem once you watch the film. I thought our ones did a lot of good things. I thought on both sides of the ball, our ones did a lot of really good things. I think we're getting close with our first group. I still have the depth concerns, and with the ones, it wasn't near as bad as I thought. With the twos, it probably wasn't as good as I thought. You go back and watch the film, and you can look at a play on offense or defense, even with the twos, where you have 8, 9 guys doing exactly what they're supposed to do. We just don't have the consistency right now with the twos that you have to have for them to play at the level that we're looking for. But I thought there were a lot of great things on film. I thought it was a very productive scrimmage for us, knowing that we only have 3 of these. I thought it was very productive for us. And we'll have to take what we need to do off that scrimmage and kind of build our schedule this week around that.
Would you say some things weren't as bad as you thought? What are some of those things that?
You go back, we probably threw the deep ball a little bit better. There's 2 glaring underthrows or overthrows that really bothered me when I walked into that meeting because there's 6 points. Instead it's 2nd and 10. That type of thing. Those things get to me. You go back and watch a film, and we probably had a couple other big plays that I remember. I always remember the bad ones, but the good ones tend to go in one side and out the other really quick. So that's why I say there were some things that probably weren't as bad as I was on it. They threw some good deep balls.
Were there players that stood out to you after watching the film that you may not notice at first?
You get an opportunity to really evaluate your lines. I think Dana Sestanor is playing really well. I think Mark Popek came back and is really playing well. I like those first 5 right now. I like those first 5 and what they're doing and how they're playing together as a group. On the same side of it, when you start to look at your depth outside of right now, McCaskill, I think, Edwards is doing some better things. He's just not as consistent as I would like him to be a starter. And then below that, you get a lot of freshmen, obviously, and that's the story with freshmen is a lack of consistency. You go back and you look at some of the freshmen on both sides of the ball, and they make a great play with their talent and athleticism, and then they'd have 2 busts. Right now they're swimming a little bit from that standpoint. So there were a lot of guys that did a lot of good things. I think the effort attitude, I think Shard Clyde's playing really well at linebacker. I think Jenkins and Joyce are really playing well in secondary and give us 2 more starters, when you look at it right now. So I think there were a lot of guys that did a lot of good things.